Okay, Joan. Okay, you gotta get in here.
Okay, okay.
Get closer. Yeah. Okay. So
I'm not so Asian.
it's on. It's rolling.
Oh! Guess I can't get rid of the Asian look, can I? I just said, listen. I said I was trying not to look so Asian, but I can't help it.
You cannot help it. We're gonna look the way we look. Yes, and I'm using all this. So we're trying to figure out what to talk about. And we're talking about addiction to social media. And I mean, it's true. I'm in bed at night scrolling TikTok. And it's like, okay, how much time am I going to scroll on TikTok when I should be reading scriptures or interceding or warfare or doing something? So it's a distraction. But how do you know when it's too much? How do you know when it's too much? What are your thoughts on that?
When it like overtakes your mind,
Okay.
that you cannot put it down, like even for eating out to dinner. Have you ever observed how many people are on their phone eating at a restaurant, but they're on their phones and they're not communicating?
Yes. And I have often thought that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. You know what? That reminds me. One of the things that I told Hunter when she was going to college, and we're like, she's just, doing the college thing, and she'd come home and would be, on the phone, or I would just catch glimpses of her,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her one time, very calmly, and I was very sincere. I said, do everything that you need to do with everyone that you're doing it with. When we are together, I need time like this.
Mm-hmm.
But take your time. Do whatever it is you need to do. Contact as many people as you need to make contact. But when we're together, it's not on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not on the phone. And actually, as I think back, that's one of the things that she told me when she was younger. She said, Mommy, you're on your phone all the time. This was when I was picking her up at my aunt's house in the evenings. And I would constantly, it wasn't really texting then, it was just like on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that when I'm picking her up, she needed me time. She didn't need me on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of like a boundary that I created for myself,
Mm-hmm.
that it's important to be like here communicating.
Right.
So I think about like married couples. Are they, at a restaurant? Yes, on their phones,
Mm-hmm.
not communicating. Are they in bed doing the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not married yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I wonder, how do you place limitations on what is too much?
Right. Right. Well, I mean, if you're not meeting each other's needs as far as that intimacy, closeness, because that computer, that phone,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm guilty of working late in bed, clicking away at times,
Mm-hmm.
or, just checking my phone and not really having a conversation. I mean, yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
course. So, yeah, I think everybody tends to have a problem with it until you really kind of acknowledge and notice it and kind of reflect, okay, wait a minute. This is not good,
Mm-hmm.
So the limit is when you're not meeting each other's needs of closeness. There's always, I hate to say it, even Steve Jobs says he didn't get a phone for his kids.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can see why.
Yeah. which I love. I'm not knocking down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nowadays you can get information, you can learn anything. You didn't have to pull out the old encyclopedia to look up what is this and what is that. It is such a great, technology that can enhance our lives. I mean, it has.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it can stifle it too, that we're not aware that we're so into our phones. I mean, I felt lost sometimes if I didn't have my phone right with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you felt there's a part of something that is lost.
Mm-hmm.
And that's weird, you know?
Yeah. That reminds me when I used to go to the desert, there was no like cell phone communication, which I loved because it really truly felt like disconnecting, and it you learn an appreciation for just the value of conversations. I think about people who are like on Facebook, and I'm not active on Facebook like that, only for brain spotting, but when I think about the Facebook and just constant just communication with what is this person doing, it opens up doors of like competition and jealousy and creating this facade, this mask. I mean, it just creates more problems. The other thing that I can see with it is with children. I can't tell you children who are not capable of having conversations. They do not know how to engage because it's constantly like this on the phone. And then it's like, who's going to be there, like an adult, who's going to be there for you in the hospital and make, connections, or, you need someone who is physically there, not, oh yeah, you're my friend on Facebook. I don't care if I have any friends on Facebook, okay? Just letting you know. I don't freaking care. Because that's no, please. Yeah.
And it also kind of just highlights people's life, but it's really not what's going on with their lives at times. But it can be used for good. I'm not knocking down any of the, it's just we're humans, and so we take it to the limit when it's a tool. It's a tool. It's an awesome tool. However, all of us are human where we take it too far.
Yeah.
You know. So I know there's restaurants that had an idea of you can't come in and dine and have your phone out.
Really?
Which I think they should do more of, because you know what?
Wow.
If they're having that great conversation and talking and really connecting, they're going to come back.
Yeah.
To the restaurant.
Yes. And, by talking and communicating, we get out some of this stuff. We're like, yeah, we don't have to keep it bottled up.
Right.
Yeah.
But understanding the social cues too, because they're so used to texting and know how to say all the right things on text, but in face to face, they've forgotten what the social cues are, how to read people, what things can be awkward for them because they're not used to, especially the younger kids coming up. Yeah, especially COVID hit that, and then it just kind of accelerated in that type of generation.
So what about this? Because I don't want this video to be too long, but want to give people some valuable tips. And one of the things I was thinking is, just each person taking time out, 30 minutes. You're not looking at your phone. I'm just saying 30 minutes, but not looking at your phone, not anything. Your phone is actually, you even turn your phone off for 30 minutes. I could easily do that. Can you do that for 30 minutes?
Yeah, I don't answer the phone sometimes 30 minutes.
Yeah, well,
They can't get a hold of me because I forgot to turn the ringer on or
Yeah,
or
yeah.
that. It's like, Mom, I have called you. You never answer my phone.
that is me. I thought I was the one that did that. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Because I don't have my ringer on. It's always off. And the reason is, well, I carry two phones. One is private, one's clients, friends, that kind of phones. But having a background in television, constantly being on call. Okay, somebody's calling you at 3:00 in the morning. You need to cover the story and all of that. And so it was just too much. So it's triggering for me. If my phone was always going off, I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm not doing it. So people will call and it's like, oh, I was trying to reach you, and you won't be able to reach me unless, now sometimes I'll look at the phone and I'll see that someone is calling. And I was like, oh, okay, so I can answer the phone. I miss my daughter. I mean, she'll call. I don't care who it is. I'm not turning it on. Now, maybe, when my mom was alive and expecting a phone call from a doctor or something, I would turn the ringer on. But yeah, so I think that for our audience, that you can start with, okay, let's gradually 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day, turn your phone off. And then maybe another exercise after that is call someone or engage in conversation with someone.
Yes. Yeah.
So that could be a next step. And just see how you feel, because most people feel better not having that kind of attachment, because those attachments leads to addictions. And if it's not one thing, it's another to soothe yourself. So this is a way to not continue in that pattern of addiction. Any final thoughts?
I think dinner table would be a good start.
Yeah.
Just that. It's just at home. Put it away and have a good conversation, eating and enjoying each other.
Yeah.
I think that could be a great first start, to really disengage from that.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Thanks.